Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Candy, aka Brown Eyed Girl 69. How y'all doing this morning? Well, today is Thursday, July 11th, 2024. And I guess I'm just gonna give a shout out. It's my first husband's birthday today, but he passed away in 2009. But if he was still alive, he was born on July 11th, 1958. So he would be 66 this year. If he was still alive, he would have been 66. So, and July 11th was also Daryl's sister's birthday. July 11th, 1958. So actually, my first husband and my last husband's sister share the same birthday, the exact same day, exact same year. My husband also had another friend named Bilbo, and that was in his band in high school. And he was born on July 11th, 1961. So he would have been like 63 this year, I think. But he passed away in, I think it was 2015 when he passed away. But anyways, I think one reason why I'm making this video is because I've been cruising the booby tubby streets and watching people's videos, watching people's lives here and there whenever I can. And I'm seeing a common theme, a common thread, a common subject, I guess. So many people are trying to figure out who they are. And so many people question where we came from. So many people question where we're going. Some people are always questioning things. They're questioning the world they live in. They're questioning the environment that surrounds them. They're questioning the shape of the planet. They're questioning heaven, hell, God, the devil, reptilian, not reptilian, angels, demons. But I'm going to give my viewpoint on it. Okay? Because I think that these terms that we're given, or words that we're given, are more or less just words that reflect the inner person of who we are. It doesn't have anything to do with anything on the outside of us. Like, okay, when we were kids growing up, and you would see in the cartoons how they had like an angel on one shoulder and a devil on the other, and that character has to make a choice. That's the way it is in life. We have angel and demon. I look at See, I don't believe that there's any force outside of ourselves that's out to get us. Okay? I don't believe that there's any evil force out to get us. Okay? I don't believe that there's some evil entity out there trying to take down the human race. I don't believe that at all. Just like I don't believe that there's some God out there trying to save the human race. By sending angels to protect. Okay? But that's just my beliefs. Everybody is free to have their own thoughts, their own beliefs. But for me personally, I don't believe that there's angels or demons outside of me. If I have any angels or demons, it comes from within me. Me. Nobody else. Me. 100% comes from within. We all choose A or B in everything. So, depending on how you look at it, A or B could be the angel or the devil. It could be the ego or not the ego. It could be the spirit or it couldn't be. Our brain is divided into two halves, but we have 4 different sections of our brain, and we have 2 hemispheres in our brain. And the left hemisphere operates the right side of our body, and the right hemisphere operates the left side of our body. The left side is correlated more with thought, logic, survival, ego, carnal mindedness. Whereas the right side of our brain is more enveloped in the feminine. The left side of the brain is considered masculine. Masculine energy. The right side of the brain is considered feminine energy. And the feminine energy, the left side of the brain either keeps you focused in the past or tries to project you to focusing on things in the future. Whereas the right side of the brain keeps you focused in the here, the now, the moment, the present. And things that are about the here, the now, the moment, the present. And that's the feminine energy. The masculine energy is a little bit different. The right side of the brain is more the spiritual side of the brain, whereas, like I said before, the left side of the brain is the logical side of the brain. Then there's this part in the brain that basically fuses the 2 sides of the brain together. And if you look at it, it looks like a man hanging on a cross. So that's the Christ that everybody talks about. The Jesus hanging on the cross. Well, it literally happened in us. It's in us. It's not something that took place 2,000 years ago. Golgotha, the skull, that's our brain. Where was Christ crucified? On Golgotha, in our brain. I can prove all these things. As far as like the symbolism, it's all symbolism. The words in the Bible, all the Bible. See, that's the problem. People think that these books are written about a historical time, about a previous humanity before us, Humans have always been around, and humans are always going to be around, because that's just the way it is. We humans are just a vessel for the cosmic energy that experiences life through these vessels. I'm not candy. That's just my personality. Who I truly am is who everyone truly is. See, we aren't individuals. We aren't separate. It might appear that we're separate, but the same energy that makes me alive is the exact same energy that's inside of you. And inside of your mother, your dad, your kids, your husband, your neighbors, everybody across the world has the same energy. Exact same energy that gives their body life. Now, what makes us different, what makes us appear to be separate? Well, it is the fact that we're living in a separate body. Our looks, our color, where we're born, how we're raised, etc., etc. That's what makes people feel like they're completely separate or individual, and the truth of the matter is the energy that's in me is the energy that's in you. Everything is all one. It's one energy. One energy having multiple experiences as humans, animals, plants, bugs, life. But everybody wants to always dive deep and try to figure these things out. And it's like, why? That's just your ego taking you on a wild ride down some rabbit hole to keep you from focusing on what's important. You. That's what's important. Focusing on you. Realizing that you have the power to do and be anything you want. As long as you put your mind to it and as long as you put the effort into trying to achieve that. Like me, if I want to lose weight, well, I got to put the effort into doing it. I can't just sit here and think, okay, Candy, you're going to be 150 pounds. All you got to do is just sit here and concentrate on it. It's just going to fall off of you. Nope, sorry, not going to happen. I actually have to get in and put in the physical work and effort to change this physical body. I seen a video on Facebook, and it was a guy, and he was kind of demonstrating, trying to make a point. Okay, he started out with himself, but he was using a filter, and he did tell people, hey, I'm using the teenage filter. So, of course, it made him look like a teenager. It made him look really young, really smooth skin. Then he took the filter off and he showed himself, and I think he said he was like in his mid-30s. You could definitely see some aging in his face, he wasn't as smooth skin as he was in that teenage filter. But he made a point of saying that if we can see the fact that we're aging, instead of us trying to get back to what we used to look like when we were younger, why not appreciate the here, the now, the moment? Because here's facts. Right here, right now, I'm 55 years old. I'm 55, and this is what I look like at 55. Now, 40 years ago, I might have looked more like that. Tighter skin, less wrinkles, blonder hair, a full set of teeth, white teeth, straight teeth, nice, shiny, white teeth, 40 years ago. Now here's what I look like now at the age of 55. What am I going to look like in 20 years from now? It's not going to be like this. It's going to be more wrinkly. It's going to be more gray. And I'm going to be older. So why not appreciate the here, the now, the moment? Because this, in reality, it's all we have in reality. Is the here, the now, the moment. And sometimes I wish people could embrace that, you know? Since I started embracing that aspect of things, it sort of has made my life a little easier and a little bit better, and I have better days because of it. Um, I'm happier at work um, because I try to embrace the moment, you know? Uh, I just try to pull myself back into the here and now moment if I find myself drifting out of it. If I find myself thinking too much into the past, or if I find myself trying to project what life could be like in the future for me, I try to pull myself back in. I try to reel myself back in because those are just distractions. Those are distractions and they're not healthy. And I'm going to tell you a little story too about this. I work with this girl and she's a single mom and she basically runs the deli. She works in our deli at our store. And I'm not friends with her on Facebook, but a couple of other people are. And they were saying that she had made some strange posts. Let's see, what's today? Today's Thursday. So this would have been, I guess, Tuesday. They said that she had made some strange posts over the weekend. And I don't guess she'd called in or anything, but she ended up in the hospital. She ended up, I guess, having some anxiety. It was all due to anxiety. Had some anxiety attack. And ended up in the hospital. Well, anxiety comes from focusing too much on the future. Depression comes from when you focus too much on the past. You get depressed because for some reason you wished you could go back and change things, but in reality, if you was to go back and change even just one thing about the past, your present wouldn't be the way it is right here, right now. Everything happens for a reason. Everything that has ever happened to you in your life up to this very moment, and all the moments from this moment on, happen for a reason. Do you have control over it? Of course you do. If you control your thoughts, you can control your reality. The only way you can control your thoughts, though, is by living in the present moment. If your mind is consistently in the past or consistently in the future, you're not going to be able to live in the moment. You're not going to be able to control your thoughts, and you're not going to be able to control the experiences that happen to you. And most of the time, the experiences that you're in the present moment are happening to teach you something that your future self will eventually learn. Like me. Now, I can sit here, right now, and look back on a lot of the homelessness issues that I had when I was homeless. And I can look back on where I was mentally then in comparison to now. And I can see the lessons. I can see what I've learned from that. But I necessarily wasn't learning it or seeing it when I was in it, when I was living it. Like right now, right here in the here and now moment, I don't necessarily see what I need to see. It's always our future self that looks back and sees what it needs to see, but it doesn't see it at the time that it's happening. It's kind of strange. Anyways, these are just some of my thoughts that I've been having lately. Just trying to stay grounded in the here, the now, the moment. Every day I wake up. If I find myself not being as fully productive as I feel like I should, then that's when I stop doing whatever I'm doing and get up and do something that's a little bit more productive. Yesterday was a very productive day for me. I got to spend the day with my daughter, son-in-law, and grandbabies, and we went out to have pizza buffet and went to a splash pad and played in the water, and then afterwards we went and dried off by playing at this park next door to the splash pad. Got to swing on some swings, play on the merry-go-round, slide down some slides. I myself, of course, didn't, but the kids did. So I definitely got my exercise in yesterday, because the walk between the splash pad and the park was a pretty decent distance. And then we were parked over by the splash pad. And so we walked to the park and then we walked back. So I got a decent, level of activity in yesterday. And yesterday at the splash pad, I was walking around the splash pad and getting my feet wet a little bit, my legs and arms. I didn't get soaking wet, but I did get wet and stayed cool. And so I was enjoying myself. And that's what life's about to me, is just enjoying yourself, the here, the now, the moment. Why get caught up in what happened years ago? And why get caught up in something that hasn't occurred yet? Why not just be grateful for what you have in the here, the now, the moment? Because in reality, when it comes down to it, you might not have any of this tomorrow. You might not even wake up tomorrow. So why fret over how much money you got in your pocket? Or, here's the way I look at it. I look at it like this. Hey, I got my roof over my head right here, right now. Today, I got a roof. I've got a refrigerator full of food. I've got more than enough food. I'm not going to eat in just today. Here and now moment. I've got plenty of coffee. I've got plenty of beverage. I got plenty of gas in my car. I got plenty of weed. And I got plenty of nicotine. So, even though I am honestly probably thinking about quitting, I can make a video about that a little later. I've already said that I was going to do it, and I kind of fell off the wagon a little bit. But yeah, in reality, it's coming around to where I'm like, yeah, I really need to give this up. Because it's not that healthy. It's not that good for me. Smoking a cigarette would be better for me than that. But it's been over a year since I've smoked an actual real cigarette. So I'm not going to go back to that. Just like it's been way too long since I've had a soda for me to go back and start drinking them again. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to keep in the here, the now, the moment, and moving forward. I can't believe that time is going by so quick. It doesn't even seem like I've been talking for 23 minutes, but I guess I have. So, I've got 1 minute to count down before this cuts me off. So, everybody have a most beautiful, blessed day. Much love, peace, love, hugs, nugs, all that good stuff. And until the next time, you people, YouTube people, I'm out.